Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to the Ephesus Football channel. And today we are back with the final match preview of this season, where of course Manchester United do come up against Crystal Palace in what is a huge game for both teams. Manchester United of course need to win this game in order to qualify for Europa League football on our own terms. Of course, if West Ham do lose, then they will give us, I guess, 6th place. However, we don't want to have to be relying on West Ham to lose their final day. It should be on us. And realistically, we should be beating Crystal Palace. Now, of course, there is going to be a watch along for this game. Details are on my side. All the games kick off at 4 o'clock. So we will be live at 3:30 for that game, where we'll go through the teams, go through the rest of the games on the final day. And of course, we will be doing a bit of a watch along for the Formula 1 before kick-off. So, please do tune in for that. Like I said, details are on my side. Now, looking at this game, Manchester United do come into this game in 6th place, as I mentioned a few moments ago, having picked up just 4 points from our last 15 available. So, form-wise, we're not playing well. And, of course, we do come into this game having just been embarrassed 4-0 by Brighton in a game which Brighton deserved to win. And now we're coming up against what is kind of their derby or their rivals in, like I said, a must-win game. We have to kind of put that record straight. Final game of the season. We have to turn up after what has been a very, very disappointing season. Of course, Manchester United have cancelled their end of season and rewards because of how poor this season has been. We've got to kind of put the wrongs to bed and kind of correct those and kind of say sorry to the fans. We will be back next season in what will be Ralf Rangnick's last game in charge of United before Erik ten Hag comes in next season. And qualifying for the Europa League is so important now. I think it's a competition you expect Manchester United to win, given the squad we've got now and the signings we look like we're going to be able to make. Frenkie de Jong, massively linked to Manchester United. We get him. I think you've got to say Europa League, you've got to win it. I think you say that now, really. Furthermore, it's a direct route into the Champions League next season alongside top 4. So, Europa League is just a must. We can't afford to lose to this Crystal Palace team, who themselves aren't in the most amazing form. Having picked up 8 points from their last 15, it suggests they're doing all right for what you expect of Palace. However, they did lose 3-2 to Everton, which which kept Everton in the Premier League for next season. In a game which they were 2-0 up, they were comfortable in that game, and then they threw it away. So, while 8 points from their last 15 is pretty good for them, morale will be on the floor, having just collapsed in their last game. Now, before we get into the team news, let's look at how we performed last time we played Crystal Palace. And of course, we did beat them 1-0 in one of Ralf Rangnick's first games in charge of Manchester United. In fact, it might have been his first game, where I think we saw a fantastic first half hour or so, where we looked very much like a Ralf Rangnick team. Then we fell apart, and we got a lucky goal in the end through Fred. And if you remember correctly, it was that lovely one from the edge of the box that just flew into the top corner. And let's hope we see a similar result in terms of a victory today. Maybe a little bit more convincing though. Moving on into team news, Crystal Palace are missing a few players in Michael Olise and MacArthur. And Michael Olise is going to be a big miss for them. I think Michael Olise is one of their better players. He looks lively, he's creative. I think he's fantastic, and I think he's a real miss for this Crystal Palace team. Now, how will Palace look to play? They will play that 4-3-3. They're a very different team to the team they were at this point last season. However, this season, under Patrick Vieira, they've become a different team. A team that are very comfortable with possession and out of it. And I think they will be a tough team. They've got players like Wilfried Zaha, like Odsonne-Edouard, like Eberezer Eze, who can move quickly in counter-attacking situations. And they're going to be a danger whether they've got the ball or they're on the counter-attack. Their star man for me is undoubtedly Wilfried Zaha. He's fantastic. Obviously, had a failed time here at Manchester United, but moved back to Crystal Palace and is undoubtedly their star player. A player that can get the ball and can create something from nothing. I believe he's their top goal scorer as well in the league. He's a top player, Wilfried Zaha, and will certainly be a key man if Palace are to get anything from this game. And as a player for me, United really have to try and keep quiet. Moving on into team news for Manchester United, we have got a couple of players who are doubt in Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho. Both appeared in training having missed the Brighton game. However, Jadon Sancho didn't finish that training session and Marcus Rashford only just back into training. Whether or not there will be risked, I'm not sure. You might see Rashford on the bench. Sancho may also be on the bench just about. But I wouldn't be surprised if neither of them start. Paul Pogba, still out with that calf injury. He definitely won't play. And we have seen Paul Pogba play his last game for Manchester United, which was, of course, that Liverpool game before he moves likely to Juventus at this point. And Luke Shaw, obviously he has been injured. He returned to training. However, his wife has just given birth to their second child and is likely not to play today, or tomorrow I should say. However, he potentially would. But I would just like to say congratulations to Luke Shaw and his wife on the birth of their second child. With all that in mind, this is the team I believe Ralf Rangnick will go with today. So I think he'll go De Gea in goal. Dean Henderson hasn't had a sniff in since Ralf Rangnick has come in. I don't see that changing now. Henderson looks like he might be about to move to Newcastle for a fee of around £14 million. So I don't see why he comes in for this game. Diego Dalot, Lindelof, Varane and Telles as a back four. I don't think Ralf Rangnick changes it after what has been, up until that Brighton game, a successful run of games. I don't see him changing it. McTominay and Fred, I think, comes back into that midfield too. I think he ended the game against Brighton with that midfield too, having taken Matic off at half-time. I think he goes with it. And I think a front four with Sancho missing, I don't think Mata really suits this game. So I think he might actually start with a front four of Cristiano Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes, Anthony Elanga and Edinson Cavani. Obviously, I've put Cavani as that number 9 and Ronaldo onto the left. But we could quite easily see that 4-2-2 come back out with Ronaldo and Cavani as the front two, with Bruno and Elanga moving out wide. Now for my team, I've gone for this. I've gone for De Gea in goal. I've actually put Wan-Bissaka in there. I think Wilfried Zaha playing on that left-hand side is such a threat. I think he could have Diego Dalot on toast every single time. I would bring Wan-Bissaka in. I like Wan-Bissaka. Defensively, he's very good and will just stop the Wilfried Zaha 1v1. Zaha has spoken about how hard it is to play up against Aaron Wan-Bissaka, whether that's in training or in matches. Stick him on him and kind of nullify the threat of Zaha, and this game becomes a lot easier for Manchester United. I then go with the same, the rest of the back four as Ralf Rangnick did. I don't think Harry Maguire should come back in, given the rest of the season off, and then next season under Erik ten Hag, I expect Harry Maguire to come back in the team and look much better and more like the Harry Maguire we saw last season than the Harry Maguire we've seen this season. Like I said, Luke Shaw out, Telles stays in, and Varane, I think he's our best defender. I think he's had a pretty good season compared to the rest of the defenders he's had around him, and it shows his quality that even in a shocking Manchester United defence, he's still kind of looked the star man in that. So Varane stays in. Matic and Fred for me is a midfield double pivot. I think Matic has to play. He brings so much more control and elegance in that midfield. And I think Fred is kind of that, as he called himself, the piano carrier. He will do the hard work for the players around him. So the players like Bruno Fernandes can just go there and do his sort of stuff and score goals and create goals. Front four, with Marcus Rashford and especially Jadon Sancho missing, I think this kind of front four rights itself. I don't want to see Cavani playing. I've had enough of Cavani. I've said that for a while now. Cavani can get in the bin. Bruno Fernandes off the left-hand side. Juan Mata at number 10. Elanga out on the right. And Cristiano Ronaldo leading the line for Manchester United in what is a must-win game. Let's get this right. It's a must-win game. We must win it. Everton beat Crystal Palace. Morale should be down for them, especially given the way they lost to Everton. 2-0 up and then to throw it away in the second half. Morale's got to be down. Take advantage of it. Europa League is a pathway to the Champions League in the 23-24 season, and a pathway we should be looking to take advantage of. Not only is it a pathway, it's also a very winnable competition which Manchester United should have won under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, not just once but twice. Put it right, Ten Hag. Win us the Europa League, and let's have a season next season where we finally win a trophy after what has what is it, 5 years at this point, win a trophy, get back to this idea of Manchester United winning trophies. And I think we can do that by winning this game. Ralf Rangnick's last kind of duty before Erik ten Hag comes in should be winning this game. I think we will. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Manchester United win. Now, if you have enjoyed this match preview and the final one for this season, please do hit that like button below and subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. And let me know your predictions for this game. Now, before I do end this match preview, I do just want to say thank you for all your support this season. We're on the match previews, or of course on the watch-alongs, which we've got the last one for Manchester United, I should say, on Sunday. Thank you. It's been greatly appreciated, and we'll be on and back next season for bigger and better things, I'm sure. Like I said, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one in a bit. Peace.